The 15, they're chasing him 10. He dives in. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Seahawks!
Hey, bro, you worried about my hair and my... I was like, bro, I got a 3.2 GPA at Cal. So what's wrong with what I got going on?
Marshawn Lynch is probably one of the most dominant running backs the NFL has ever seen. 20-15. They're chasing him 10. He dives in. Are you kidding me? At his peak, defenses knew exactly what was coming and still couldn't stop it. And yet, despite all of that, Marshawn Lynch is probably one of the most misunderstood players in NFL history. He's been fined $100,000 for his failure to meet the NFL's media obligations. Y'all want to try again? Huh? So y'all going to try again? That's what we going to do. We going to try one more time. Marshawn Lynch signed a contract. And in that contract, he agrees to his media availability. You know why I'm here. Why do you have to be a jerk for all of us? In a league that expects players to be accessible, quotable, or available, Marshawn. He chose silence, and that silence became the story. You kind of shy? No. I ain't never seen no talking way mean nothing. Yeah, been like that since I was little. Was raised like that. Growing up, being from where I'm from, a lot of people don't see the light. An outbreak of gun violence in Oakland, how guns are being treated like the new urban accessory. In less than 12 hours, 6 separate shootings on the streets of Oakland have left 3 people dead, several others injured. Lynch grew up in Oakland, California, the youngest of 4 siblings, raised primarily by his mother, a single parent who worked 2 jobs to make sure there was food on the table for Marshawn and his siblings. Where we lived at, they weren't allowed to go outside of the gate. I'll just put it like that. We lived in apartments where they had a front gate and a back gate, and they were not allowed outside of either one. I've seen my mom struggle a lot. I mean, I seen her at the bottom and I was there with her. She was there with me. She gave me a sense to, I don't want to say read people, but to feel people. However, his father, Maurice, was largely absent. In and out of prison, he wanted to be present, but couldn't stay that way. Sometimes he showed up and sometimes he didn't. Moms would be like, "Oh, I'm going to take you over here to your dad's house." And when I get there, my dad like, "Oh, okay, I'll be right back." You don't see this guy for like 2 days or something. And then after a while, you build up numb feelings to that. That inconsistency mattered. Family members and friends later described a kid who learned early not to assume promises would be kept. I think it was his 11th grade year, and his dad came home from prison. So we let Marshawn leave practice early. Him and his dad went and split the day. But the next day his dad promised him something and never showed up again. He finally just gave up. He gave up and said, "Hey, look, my dad is not here. I want to change my name." Marshawn Lynch, Oakland Tech star tailback. Marshawn, he started playing football young in a city where you had to earn respect. You showed up, you handled your business. You didn't explain yourself every time something went wrong, back in the back trying to hide. You think I don't know who you were, Lynch? Don't be shy, bro. At Oakland Technical High School, Lynch became impossible to ignore. A 4-sport athlete in basketball, track, wrestling, and football, he was special. We got a game. Here comes Mr. Lynch. What's that kid Lynch? In 2003, he rushed for over 1,700 yards and 23 touchdowns in 8 regular season games. Then added 375 yards and 10 touchdowns in the postseason. Back comes Oakland Tech Josh Johnson over the middle to Marshawn Lynch, and he was just getting started at 76 Skyline. Our lineman, oh my God, if my lining wasn't so good, oh my God, I don't know what to do. He was named a Prep Star and Super Prep All-American, voted San Francisco East Bay Player of the Year, and ranked the number 2 running back in the nation behind Adrian Peterson. Look at this guy. He takes a tackle. Oh my goodness. The touchdown. What is this? He's a grown man tonight. On the field, he lined up at quarterback, receiver, defensive back, and linebacker, learning the game from literally every angle. Got another back, fresh back. Oh mama. He ripped it off. Mr. Lynch ripped the ball out. So, at the University of California, Berkeley, Marshawn Lynch didn't need to reinvent himself. But as a true freshman, He only got a few snaps backing up senior running back J.J. Arrington. As a freshman, it's hard to play. And there was a running back on our team who rushed for, I think, 1,500 the year before. The chances of me getting the opportunity to play were slim. But in 2005, when J.J. graduated, Marshawn became the starter and the production was immediate and overwhelming. Too much, a little stutter step at great guard. Breaks the tackle. Gets to his left. He's to the 45. Makes another cut. He's to the 40, to the 35, the 30. He's gone. Count it, in the bank. He's to the 10. 5 touchdown. Despite missing some time with an injury that year, Lynch rushed for 1,246 yards and 10 touchdowns, capped by a Las Vegas Bowl MVP performance, where he ran for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns. But even then, there was friction. Marshawn didn't look like the polished college star people expected. Coaches asked about his appearance, about how he carried himself, but why he didn't always, look the part. I say, bro, you worried about my hair and I was like, bro, I got a 3.2 gigapascals at Cal. So, what's wrong with what I got going on? None of it had anything to do with production, but it lingered anyway. An early sign that Marshawn's game was easier to understand than his personality. Can you give me your favorite college memory from your days at Cal? When I committed there. It's your favorite college memory. Yeah, it is, 'cause I committed to college. A lot of people didn't think I was going to college, but regardless of all that, Lynch would enter his junior season as a national figure. He would be on award watch lists, earning preseason All-American recognition, and even being the subject of an official Heisman campaign launched by the Cal program. But when the season started, that's when the world was introduced to beast mode. Longshore rolling out middle screen. That's Marshawn Lynch and Marshawn Lynch scores. He finished that year as the Pac 1-0's leading rusher with 1,356 yards and 11 rushing touchdowns, adding 34 receptions for 328 yards and 4 more scores. Here is Lynch. Let's cut back. It's the 20, he's the 15, the 10, and he's in. Touchdown bare 22 yards. He was named Pac 1-0 Offensive Player of the Year, a first-team All-Pac 1-0 selection, and a consensus All-American. In his final college game, he delivered again, scoring twice in the Holiday Bowl against Texas A&M. And through all of it, Marshawn was still Marshawn. Across the field, one of the more ridiculous things I've ever seen. It's Marshawn Lynch, not Desmond Bishop. That is absolutely hysterical. See, Cal proved Marshawn Lynch could dominate without changing who he was. The production was undeniable, and the accolades followed. But even there, the questions about him off the field never fully went away. So when Marshawn left Berkeley for the NFL, he carried elite production with him, but also a quiet understanding that success didn't guarantee acceptance. And unfortunately, that lesson followed him to Buffalo. The 12th pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Marshawn Lynch. He's been saying he's going character, character, character. Well, Marshawn Lynch is the first guy who had some character red flags in this draft. When the Buffalo Bills drafted Marshawn 12th overall in 2007, it was an easy call. Elite talent in, production out. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew I was going to New York. I thought I was going to be out there with Jay-Z. And then when I finally landed in Buffalo, oh man. But we begin with a weather alert for millions of people. The National Weather Service is forecasting, quote, historic snowfall in western New York. One of the fans came and told me that I should be looking to get up about 7 feet of snow. I just tilt my head back and look up, about 2 feet. Like I'm about 5'11". You feel me? 7 feet. That's a little bit over my head. Lynch breaking it. Look at Lynch go. Pops it outside. Stiff. Cuts it back. Touchdown Buffalo. Holy mackerel. This kid can play. Marshawn rushed for over 1,000 yards in each of his first 2 seasons, validating the pick and quieting any football-related doubts. This is your very first Topps trading card right here, man. What do you think, man? Lynch breaks a tackle. Marshawn Lynch, he's gone. I've been rocking this beast mode thing kinda hard, so you feel me? I might as well just go ahead and throw it in the grill, you feel me? So, I did that. Marshawn Lynch. However, there would also be consecutive seasons of trouble. He spoke to the commissioner on Tuesday about all sorts of events that have taken place off the field for him. Very few of them positive. New York police have subpoenaed 3 players with the Buffalo Bills to testify about a hit-and-run accident involving running back Marshawn Lynch's SUV. In 2008, Lynch struck a pedestrian with his car and would have his license revoked. I'm telling them, those silly, stupid mistakes shouldn't happen. I know you're human. You're young, but you gotta grow up, you know? And in the 2009 offseason, Lynch pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor weapons charge after being arrested in Culver City, California, for having a gun in a backpack in the trunk of a car he was riding in. You know, you could blame it on whoever you want to blame it on, but if y'all looking for the right person to blame it on, I'm right here. The way I feel is, you know, you could dump the trash on me. I'ma just dust it off, step on it, and rise. Thank y'all for the interview. Appreciate it. He would ultimately be suspended for the first 3 games of the season. Marshawn Lynch's suspension was unfortunately the lead story of the day at Bills training camp on Monday. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell deciding to uphold the 3-game penalty. So Lynch will now miss the first 3 games of the season. Marshawn, why should the commissioner, why should the Bills, why should fans believe you when you say that this is your last mistake? That was the pivot. After the arrest and suspension, everything Marshawn said or didn't say was filtered differently. I can only show you. It won't be nothing that I can say in words that'll be able to, like you said, make you all a believer. So I mean, you're just going to have to see for yourself. Buffalo was just a completely different environment than Marshawn was used to. It was culturally foreign. A West Coast kid landed in a city where the media was intense, and every misstep was magnified. What, now that that's happened, your job now to kind of help out Fred and Dominic. I'm the biggest cheerleader Buffalo's seen in a while. Marshawn spoke and felt like his words didn't survive the process, so he learned quickly. He didn't lash out, just less said, less distorted. He returned in week 4, played out the season, and said little publicly. But the environment around him had changed. See, by late November, he was no longer the starter. Fred Jackson took over and rushed for 1,000 yards. For the first time in his career, Marshawn finished the season without a single 1,000-yard rushing game. A steep drop that had as much to do with context as it did with carries. And in 2010, it didn't improve. The start of Week 4 of OTAs was marked by the spring debut of Bills running back Marshawn Lynch, who took to the practice field for the first time under new head coach Chan Gailey. Lynch participated fully in Tuesday's workout and felt good about getting back to football and his teammates. An ankle sprain in the preseason stalled him again, and he started 3 games, but the direction was clear. Buffalo had run its course. So I give my agent like, hey, you gotta make something happen for sure. So you asked to be moved out of Buffalo. Yeah, it was just time. Yeah, that was too much, right? Our intentions are for him to be here. We've never all this trade talk. It's not coming from us. He don't make that decision. He's under contract to us. We're going to do what's best for the Bills. We need Marshawn, and we expect him to show up when it's mandatory. So on October 5th, 2010, the Bills traded him. The Bills trading running back Marshawn Lynch to the Seattle Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch, part of the Cal Bear teams that Aaron Rodgers used to quarterback and go toe-to-toe with Pete Carroll at USC. Now Carroll's Lynch's head coach. Made a little deal today with Buffalo to get Marshawn Lynch to come. In Seattle, he already felt familiar. He reunited with Justin Forsett, his former Cal roommate and fellow running back. A small detail, but an important one. For a player who valued trust and familiarity, Seattle felt more like a return to something he already understood. Marshawn was running angry again. And Seattle, they embraced him. Him and his power pellets. Ever since high school, Marshawn Lynch's mom always gave him a pack of Skittles that he eats during the game after touchdowns. Well, my uncle told me, man, you disrespectful if you call them Skittles. Say they're power pellets. Then came January 8th, 2011, and Marshawn's first career playoff game against the defending champ, New Orleans Saints. Everything crystallized in one run. Late in the fourth quarter, Lynch took a handoff, broke free, and the rest was history. Oh, look at this run. What a run. Marshawn Lynch, still on his feet, has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown. The stadium shook. Literally. Fans jumping in unison generated enough force to register a nearby seismograph. The run became known as Beastquake. Seahawks fans have made seismic history during yesterday's playoff win over the New Orleans Saints. Fans shook the ground so much that it registered as an earthquake. The following week, in the divisional round loss to Chicago, Lynch was limited. 4 carries, 2 yards. The season was over, but the story had already changed. From that moment on, Marshawn Lynch was a foundational piece for the Seahawks. The physical expression of what Seattle wanted to be. For the first time in his career, their environment fit the man. And once that happened, the rest of the league was about to learn what Buffalo never did. You don't need Marshawn Lynch to explain himself. You just need to get out of his way. If you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people aren't going to be able to take that over and over and over and over and over again. They just not going to want that. Beast touchdown. I guess that is baseball. I can see it. You know what? You might think there's a deeper metaphor there. Run through a mother face. So, by the time he reached his peak in Seattle, the league still didn't quite know what to do with him. On the field, he was the engine of a contender, a Super Bowl champion, and a leader. Russell Wilson is the face of your franchise. Marshawn Lynch is the heart of your franchise. If you want to tear up that locker room, give Russell Wilson 120, 130 million, and don't do nothing for Marshawn Lynch. But off of it, he was framed as uncooperative. I really ain't got too much to say, Bob. I really don't. That's it. I said, thanks, Fax. How does your back feel, Marshawn? Yeah. Marshawn, can you describe the 7-9-yard touchdown run? Thanks, Max. You can sit there and denigrate the media all you want to, but the fact remains that the media is the one that gives hype to the product, which ultimately allows the product itself to ingratiate itself with mass America. Y'all got another minute to look at me, though. Marshawn Lynch signed a contract, and in that contract he agrees to his media availabilities. Yeah, that tension came to a head during Super Bowl 49. Mandatory media, endless questions. Marshawn sat down and repeated the same sentence over and over. Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So y'all can sit here and ask me all the questions y'all want to. I'm going to answer with the same answer so y'all can shoot if y'all please. When you're in the NFL, you have an obligation to the fans. I'm here so I won't get fined. It is part of your job. I'm just here so I won't get fined. And there are things that we all have to do in our jobs that we may not necessarily want to do. I'm just here so I won't get fined. To the media, it sounded like disrespect, like a player refusing to engage on the biggest stage. But Marshawn didn't skip media. He didn't walk out. He followed the rule exactly as written. Not 1 inch more, not 1 inch less. He showed up. He answered. He complied. But what he refused to do was perform. Something happened in this kid's life, man. That someone wronged him. Someone wronged him, and he don't trust them. In the media, you're talking about, or just in general, in the media. By then, he had already learned the lesson Buffalo taught him years earlier. Words don't travel cleanly through the NFL machine. Context disappears and tone gets assigned. So, silence felt safer than explanation. He chose control, and I ran around a lot and I made a lot of mistakes. And then I started seeing the same people that were interviewing me after the games. Oh, you did great. Blasé, woo-woo. And then when I started hitting these trouble, it was the same people like, oh, I knew he wasn't this, and oh, he's just a criminal and a thug, all from Oakland. And it just so happened that all of those people that were speaking bad held a pen and paper or a microphone, right? So I just left them alone. Seattle understood the balance. Teammates respected it, and the locker room was built around it. And for a while, it worked perfectly. So by the time they reached the Super Bowl against the Patriots, the identity was fully formed, which is why what happened next doesn't really make that much sense. Play clock at 5. pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. And I'm sorry, but I can't believe the call. Me neither. I cannot believe the call. You've got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. You've got a guy that's been borderline unstoppable in this part of the field. I can't believe the call. Immediately, the conversation shifted. Why didn't they give the ball to Marshawn? That was the worst play call in Super Bowl history. How long do you think this will take for the Seahawks to recover from this loss? I don't think they ever will. You have Marshawn Lynch in the backfield and you chance it with a pass play. We had it, bro. I don't understand how you don't get the best back in the league. Not even the 1 yard line. It was on the 0.5 yard line. After that loss, something shifted. The Seahawks kept winning games, but the edge that once felt unbreakable, it wasn't the same. Trust had been the foundation of everything Seattle built, and once it cracked, it never fully reset. Who decided Marshawn Lynch was not going to play? The team sent out word late here Friday evening that it was Lynch. He decided he could not go after Friday's practice. Will he be there next year? The answer is, I don't know. But it looks like the Seahawks are trying to prepare for life without Marshawn. There's a divorce happening between these two sides at the end of the year. Yes, he played 7 games that season, and when it ended, Marshawn didn't do what stars are supposed to do. There was no press conference, no farewell tour or explanation, just a single post on social media, cleats hanging on a power line. It was the most Marshawn Lynch way of retiring. Marshawn Lynch posting a picture of hanging cleats with a simple peace sign emoji, seemingly telling us simultaneously that he is hanging them up and piecing us out. While he was retired, he spent most of his time starting up business ventures and also became a mentor and youth coach for inner-city kids in Oakland and at Cal, and did charity work in the community. However, a year later, he came back. Marshawn Lynch has indeed found a new home. Lynch all smiles at the Raiders facility today. But not just for anyone. When did you know you were going to come back? When did you decide you wanted to play football again? When I found out they were leaving. When it was announced that the Raiders, who had spent the last 60 years in Oakland, were planning on moving to Las Vegas. Lynch came through for a city one last time. Give it to Lynch. And Marshawn Lynch pulls his way into the end zone. Touchdown Oakland. So in 2017, Marshawn rushed for nearly 900 yards, scored 7 touchdowns, and reminded everyone that the violence, the balance, the will, none of it had gone anywhere. However, the Raiders, they struggled. Injuries cut the following season short, and once again, there was no announcement. He simply just stepped away until football pulled him back one more time. In late 2019, the Seattle Seahawks were desperate. Injuries had wiped out their backfield. The playoff push was real, and they needed someone the locker room trusted. So they called Marshawn at 33. After more than a year away from the game, he answered with touchdowns. He bulldozed his way into the end zone in the playoffs. And afterwards, instead of silence, he gave one of the most thoughtful messages of his career, telling younger players to take care of their bodies, their money, and their minds. But look, I say like this though, right? It's a vulnerable time for a lot of these young dudes, you feel me? They don't be taking care of their chicken, right? You feel me? So I mean, you feel me? Start taking care of y'all mentals, y'all bodies, and y'all chicken. So when y'all, ready to walk away, you walk away and you be able to do what you want to do. But I appreciate it. Thank y'all. I have a good day. It wasn't a contradiction, it was proof. Marshawn Lynch always had a voice. He just used it when it mattered. If you measure Marshawn Lynch by numbers alone, the resume holds up easily. Over 10,000 yards rushing, 5 Pro Bowls, a Super Bowl ring, and one of the most iconic runs in NFL history. But if you just stop there, you miss why Marshawn Lynch still matters. Because Marshawn broke an unspoken rule of modern sports. He refused to explain himself. The NFL is built on access and wants players to explain themselves, to package their emotions, to smooth their edges into something safe and familiar. Marshawn never did that. Not in Oakland, not in Cal, not in Buffalo, not in Seattle. He drew a line early. And if you look back now, he was kind of ahead of his time. Today, athletes talk openly about boundaries, about mental health, about protecting their image and their energy. Marshawn was doing that a decade earlier. That's why his legacy keeps growing instead of shrinking, because the 1-yard line didn't define him. The press conference didn't define him. The silence didn't define him. What defined Marshawn Lynch was consistency of identity, effort, and boundaries. And now, years later, with distance and context, the picture is finally clear. Beast mode was never chaos. It was control. Now he's dancing his way for the touchdown.